Hello, my name is Kraiza. I'm a sophomore here at Bloomsburg University. I am a business major with a focus in finance. And then this is my Global Issues podcast number 3 submission. I'll be talking about the danger of artificial intelligence. So, one major issue with AI in the future is deepfakes and misinformation. So AI can create fake videos or false words and actions. This is often used in politics, social media, and scams. People will falsify words and change the words of what politicians or different influencers would say, and this really sparks a huge misunderstanding throughout the world almost. Another issue with AI is job stability. And as we've seen AI grow stronger and stronger, we kind of are at the point where we're kind of scared for what jobs are going to be left in the future. For example, administrative support, customer service, finance and accounting, entry level tech. AI has been doing entry level tech since they started. In finance, like people are not really needing like accountants and people anymore, and they're relying on the AI. I'm going to talk a little later with that finance part of how that's actually could be a very bad thing to have AI take that over. So, like on the last slide, when we talked about the potential risk of AI taking over like financial and accounting jobs, now we're going to talk about more in depth of the financial market risks. So then, just from the points, there's potential instability of the market, and that's from when the AI is just pretty much pumping and dumping people's like stocks and stuff like that. That's why it's pretty dangerous for it to take control, and then also increased systematic vulnerability, and then like I said, rapid market sales and decisions. So like AI is not like a human financial advisor or anything. So it's going to make decisions based off of numbers when honestly the stock market and the financial game is very off and on and often very hard to be able to recognize differences and stuff. So I don't know if the computer is going to really do much better. Maybe it will because of past history, but it's kind of up in the air. So then another issue is privacy and biases. So as you can see, it collects and analyzes your personal data. I don't know about you, but I don't really like, artificial intelligence really scanning throughout my history of whatever's on the internet. That's pretty scary to me. Facial recognition. AI can recognize anything on your face, and there's all these cameras nowadays that are using facial recognition. And then for the biases, like these AI is trained on whatever data they're given, and it can be biased towards a bunch of different topics. So it's kind of like whatever the input is what the output is, and you know who's really controlling that? I guess all of the internet, but it can be very biased to one side on something. And then the autonomous weapons. These weapons have no human intervention. Use AI to lock onto targets, including humans, without any human intervention at all. And they use sensors and AI to operate the vehicle. And as you can see here, you see the rails with the gun attached to it. And then also I have at the bottom is it always doing the right thing? Like, how do we know? And then this is probably one of the biggest issues we see, especially as college students now, the overdependence on AI. I believe it's hurting critical thinking and problem solving skills very bad. People are having a loss of originality. And then students are using AI for schoolwork. At least 90% of college students have used AI one time for school. And then also 87 to 93% of college students use it on a regular basis. Um, so then this is definitely an issue because, you know, I really do think the loss of originality is a really big deal because we're gonna find that like it's gonna kind of stabilize where we are instead of continue to build who we are as humans. Um, Thank you very much for listening to my podcast number 3, Global Issues class on the dangers of AI.